Yo, Exile. It's Karamius. PoE 2 is coming. It's less than 2 weeks to go. But actually, before all the announcement and the teasers, I'm not that interested in PoE 2. I think that would be just a normal early access with just some early content. Maybe just a campaign with a final boss. But surprisingly, there will be an endgame. It's an endgame! As I'm a casual build enjoyer, would like to play around with builds and mechanics, I'm really looking forward to finding some funny mechanics and builds in the early access. I'm ready to go back to the university and study for PoE 2 again. But before that, let's go back to PoE 1. There will be 2 builds to share before the early access. The first one will be charge stacking Winter Orb Slayer. All charges stacking is a building archetype I have wanted to try for a long time. Since the buff for the Relic Cache, I finally got the chance to play with it, and it is not as expensive as I thought. It will be a build all around the charges. Are you ready for all the charges mechanics and interactions? It's time for the first one. First, we will stack 3 maximum charges altogether by only stacking maximum power charges. How can we do that? We'll be using the Badge of the Brotherhood with Slayer Ascendancy node, Masterful Form. First, Badge of the Brotherhood makes your maximum frenzy charges equal to your maximum power charges. And then we'll use Masterful Form to make your maximum endurance charges equal to your maximum frenzy charges. So, it's maximum power charges equal maximum frenzy charges equal maximum endurance charges. That's how you get 3 maximum charges at the same time by only stacking maximum power charges. Then, how can we get maximum power charges? There will be base of 3 from the character. In the passive skill tree there will be 3. Helmet slot there will be 1. The weapon, Void Battery, there will be 1. From your shield, Malachai Sloop, there will be 2. And from the belt, Grave Secret, there will be 1 also. There will be another 2 from the ring slot. So there will be total of maximum 13 power charges. But the plus 1 maximum power charges from the ring is over 200 divines at a time. So for my build, I'm missing these 2 charges from the rings, with just 11 in total. But that's enough for some regular mapping and bossing. So another question will be how to generate and sustain your charges then. The answers is Relic Cache. You don't need to generate or sustain them, as Relic Cache makes them count as having maximum charges. So 0 charges is also counted as having maximum charges, but the downside is that you just can't spend them. Then, how to make use of these charges as our advantage. So it will be a very detailed one and long one, so ready for it. We'll talk about them charges by charges. For power charge, each base power charge gives us crit chance. On the passive skill tree give us damage, spell damage, mana regen, crit chance, and crit multi. The Void Battery and Malachai Sloop both hit us spell damage. Keystone Inner Conviction by Militant Faith converted by the High Templar Dominus give us more spell damage. Will Clash give us elemental damage and chance to block spell damage. Badge of the Brotherhood give us elusive effects. The fast power node from Median Area Cluster Duo give us area of effect. All of them are per power charges stats. These the final list of stats given per power charge. You can see how insane the stat given per charge when we have 11 or even 13 of them. It covers most of the increase and multiply damage, some spell block, and mana regen for the build. By the way, The Maven belts also replace Power Charge with Absorption Charge to give 12% ally damage taken recouped as an energy shield per Absorption Charge. But don't worry about the power charges, we still count as having maximum power charges due to Relic Cache. Next one will be Frenzy Charge. Each base Frenzy Charge gives us more damage, attack and cast speed, and the Ice Bite support gem gives us cold damage. 2 ring give us flat cold damage. They can be from Essence, Redeemer, Synthesis, or Delve mode. And the Replica Restless Sword gives us movement speed instead. Here's the stat per Frenzy Charge. Frenzy Charge covers the flat damage bar, the cast speed, and movement speed of the build. And for Endurance Charge, each Endurance Charge base gives us physical and elemental damage reduction. The Replica Restless Sword gives us flat life regen, a very high amount, is up to 450 flat life regen per second. You can see the stats given per Endurance Charge below. The Endurance Charge covers our tankiness and recovery portion of the build. Actually, for Frenzy Charge and Endurance Charge bar, they may vary. As I'm not pathing to the bottom Frenzy Charge and Endurance Charge cluster in the passive skill tree. It will give us more quality of life like movement speed and area effect, but at the cost of some damage and attribute. That's why I choose to pass between the Shadow and the Switch for more crit multi and for more damage. As you can see, these are some crazy stats provided by those charges. That's the power of stacking charges, it almost covers everything a build needed. The damage, speed, the tankiness, and the recovery. Lastly, I want to mention about the recovery for this build. I think it got crazy recovery in my opinion. Recover percent life on kill, overlead from Slayer Brutal Fervor, instant leech for both life and ES from Leech Mastery, huge flat regen from body armor and endurance charges. With this recovery, the build can even sustain Regis Fire for more spell damage. I think that's all for the mechanics and interaction part. Whew, that's a long one. The other parts of the build are quite generic. Some side notes will be here for the Winter Orb. You need some AoE and cast speed for it to work. You can find more introduction in the Reddit post in description below. If you want to know more details about the build, you can refer to the POB instead. Please feel free to comment below or join the Discord or Twitch channel. I would really like to share the thinking and the min-maxing behind the whole build. Please forgive me. I can't cover everything inside an already very long video. For now, let's see some footage of explosion and mapping for the build. Let's go.
One of my captors felt no emotion. He did not hesitate to inflict pain. Now, all he feels is intense, unstoppable agony. stretches the sanity of the mind.
In conclusion, it's quite fun to play with as a charge stacking build. Lots of interesting mechanics and interactions combining together to make it work. At this cost like 20 to 30 divines. Got a good speed, good damage but not so uber level, some tankiness and very good recovery. Overall, it is a very good and fast mapper, and okay bosser. I think the weakness of the build is the low max hit, especially for the physical and chaos hit. You can't really tank a very high damage hit, but with Progenesis I think you can solve the problem. You'll have a better survivability by using the very good recovery. You can really min-maxing the build to go for the harder content, but it is definitely not a dig starter. It needs specific uniques to put it together. The cost is not as high as I thought, but it all depends on the price of some uniques like Cash. Mage Blood and Headhunter can also make this build into another level, but in my opinion they are too powerful. I don't want to use them as a casual player and a build enjoyer. I think that's all for the video. If you liked the video, please press the like button and subscribe. You can also join the Discord and Twitch channel to discuss together. I hope I can make the next video in time before the early access. Good luck to me, and good luck to you, Exile.